Welcome back to Hi Guys, it's your boy BDR here, and I'm back with another Raw review. So Backlash ended, so this is kind of like the Raw after Backlash. So we start off with, CM Punk comes out, he says, I want Heyman, I can't wait to grab him by the neck, he wants to, put his hands on Heyman, grab him by the neck, you know what I mean? Oh yeah, that's what he wants to do to him. So then, like, Heyman comes out, Punk is like, come on, get in the ring so I can, whatnot. That's what, putting your hands on him means over here. So, Seth and Braun come out. Seth is like, damn, you always want to play the victim so much. So he sends out the big dog, the new dog, Braun Breaker out to go attack Punk. And, Sami Zayn comes out. Braun has too much meat for Sami. And then, he pushes him out the way. And then, like, Jey Uso shows up with, like, chairs and whatnot. Rollins and Braun retreat. Like, the funniest thing about this is it was a legit 3-on-2 situation. And yet, Seth and Braun still had the advantage for the most part up until the chairs showed up. Like, it really shows how much meat Braun has on him. So, they cut to backstage. They make it official that Saturday night's main event will have, Sami and Punk versus Braun and Seth in a tag team match. I mean, okay. That sounds interesting. Then we get the Vikings versus the Creed brothers with the Thuggin' Black Guys New Day on commentary. It seems like a decent tag team match. New Day interferes, hitting the big one Ivar with the headsets, and the Creeds hit their finisher for the 1-2-3. Decent opener. So next, we cut to, Jey of Uso. He comes out to the crowd. They do the whole, yeet thing. You know what I mean? I'm eating it. I'm eating it. I'm eating it. I'm eating it. So, that happens. And, he's cutting a promo talking about how he's going to beat Logan Paul in 2 weeks. Okay, that's pretty cool. Then, the ring general, Gunther, comes out. Says that, I will challenge the winner of, you versus Logan at the June 9th for Raw. Mind you, it's not at Money in the Bank. It's not at Saturday night's main event. It's going to be on Raw. It really shows, like, how much they feel about this Jey Uso world title reign. It's insane. I'm checking for 227. But, like, it really says a lot about this Jey Uso world title reign. They don't even want to defend it at PLEs. They want to defend it on Raw. And before anyone says, BDR, the World Championship is the TV title, and you're supposed to defend it on TV. I have no problems with World Championships being defended on live TV. I don't mind that. But if you're the World Champion, shouldn't you be defending your championship on pay-per-views, whether or not, you're the secondary World Champion or not? Like, I'm not expecting Cena to defend his title live on SmackDown because he's a part-timer. Part-timers don't defend their championships on free TV. What? But, like, this full-timer over here, it's like, yeah, it is cool, but how come they're not having him defend his title on PLEs? Like, your only, like, acceptable answer is, like, to put more people on TV with this whole, like, 5-match card limit. But like I said earlier and before on this channel, 5 matches isn't enough for a PLE. It's not. You need to have about a good ratio, should be like 6 or 7 per PLE. This full 5 thing, it only works if you're in NXT, but not in the main roster. That happens. Gunther comes out and says, I want you to win so I could beat you yet again, while, the crowd is chanting, you tapped out, you tapped out, you tapped out. Chants, and we already know where this is going to head. It's obvious that Jay's going to win. They're not going to put Logan Paul and Gunther on TV for the world title. Yeah, no. So, Jey Uso's like, I'm going to beat you. I know my place. It is world champion. I'm going to walk in the same way I walked out. Yeet. The Yeet merchant did that. The whole crowd is fired up. Okay. That's cool. So next we have, what's its face? We have AJ versus Finn Balor. As you know, it's a Judgment Day match, so Judgment Day shit happens. Interference. Oh no, interference. And then, you know, Penta comes out, takes out, you know, the entirety of Judgment Day, and then AJ hits the phenomenal forearm. 1, 2, 3. That's just AJ wins. It's just that's Finn's job in the company now. Finn, we need you to take the pinfalls. He did it at WrestleMania. He did it at Saturday Night's Main Event last year. He did it like on Raw. It's like Finn Balor's job now in the company is to take the pinfalls. It's a shame. That's for the first ever Universal Champion. He's really just been reduced it to being like veteran that takes the pinfalls for everyone else. He's that guy that you put in the match just so, okay, to protect X wrestler and protect Y wrestler. We'll have Finn take the pin to protect the 2 other wrestlers in the match. It's crazy. Very, very nuts indeed. And then we cut to backstage. You see Braun Breaker. You know, he took out Jey Uso. You know, breathing hard on Jey Uso. You know, they had to do that. That happens, and then we cut to, you know, the main event. Women's tag team match. Io Sky, Rhea, Roxanne, and Julia. Pretty good match. You know, it was one of those, like, you know, they had one of those tag team moments where, like, oh no, the tag team member, you know, attacked the other by accident. You know, you had Roxanne, you know, attack Julia. Then, you know, Rhea hit the headbutt, riptide, 1, 2, 3. That's pretty much it. And Rhea stares down the Women's World Championship, signaling that, yeah, we're gonna do Io versus Rhea again, even though Rhea has never beaten Io, and it's been 3-0 at this point. So I guess they're aiming for 4-0 at this point. I just wish someone else was challenging Io for the title. And that's just basically it for Raw. That's pretty much been it for the Raw After Backlash review. You know, make sure to like, share, subscribe for more content. You know, hopefully, you know, Cena's title reign is good, whatnot. Saturday Night's Main Event is in 2 weeks, and Money in the Bank is in 3 weeks. You know, wow, really, really excellent scheduling by TKO and WWE. All right, guys, make sure to like, share, subscribe, and yeah, hi guys, out.